A lot of my life, I'm playing with huge, great groups of people. Or being a cartoon. Or being in a band. It's quite a difficult thing for me to do, to make a solo record, so maybe that's why I've put it off for so long.
It's quite an amazing thing to think that he's had a career of 25 years and this is his first album that's lyrically about his life.
You definitely get an insight into him on this. There's a lot of very revealing and kind of honest facets of him on display here, and I think he is making himself quite vulnerable with the record.
Record where I was singing about very much my own experiences. How do we know that we really exist other than that little beam of light which is our history? I sort of started going back to places which I felt might give me some sense of, well, who am I now and how do I feel about stuff? So I went back to Leytonstone.
Change here for London Underground services. Please remember to take all your personal items with you when you leave the train.
The first time I came back, when I came out of the tube, I literally felt like a giant. Because all my memories are from up to the age of 9. I grew up in 1970s multicultural London. From the smells coming out of the people's back kitchens, to the people I went to school with, to the music, to just the general sort of flavour of the place. I think that definitely played a big part in who I am.
I just heard from someone you're born and brought up here.
Yeah, Lens, Philibert Road.
Wow! Oh my God! You still look the same!
Oh,
thank you.
So this is Philibert Road, where I grew up. I lived here with my mum, my dad, and my sister. For a brief while, my uncle and his family lived upstairs, and a bit later on, my auntie randomly moved in with a guy who lived next door. My mum worked for kids with learning disabilities teaching art, and my dad worked at the North East London Polytechnic teaching art.
Keith Albarn is head of the Margate project. What's it going to be like on the whole?
Well, it's a series of capsules. The whole thing depends upon the visitor and is activated by the visitor and comes to life by the visitor. Every time you come back to this, it should be a very different adventure.
Both my parents still make art. My sister's the same, so we're just one of those families where that's kind of what we did. I was pretty lucky in the sense that there was, didn't seem to be many boundaries about what you could and what you couldn't do. I suppose, I grew up in that sort of environment, and and that more than anything has informed who I am. This is where I grew up, 21 Philibert Road. Very happy memories. I used to enjoy going down that coal chute. Can you believe it? I think I was just a very ordinary kid, just like mucking about on my bicycle. And I just remember it being a really nice, communal sort of street. There was the synagogue over the other side. Leytonstone represents to me a series of windows into other cultures that felt very accessible. So when I got any opportunity to sort of look through those windows, I did.
In the heat wave that hit us all, 1976.
Just down there's the high road, and we're sort of at the edge of Hollow Ponds now, which is really the catalyst for the whole record, really.
Half my road was now a motorway.
It's quite an eerie place. Imagine what it's like on a moonlit night. When I came back here, everything started flooding back. 1976, anyone who's my age or older would remember as being an incredible summer. A place like this, you know, it's like going on holiday. But I do remember it being like packed, full of people. People who would never normally ever get in a pair of trunks were there. It was a real coming out moment, I think, for London, you know, like London sort of saw itself naked in a way that summer. Then it turned into a song, really, and, you know, 1976 was such a strong date that I thought, well, I could continue just sort of taking these snapshots of important moments for me.
Changed into Lakeside in January.
It's really important when you're starting a new thing, whether it's a book or an album or a painting, or if it's a creative process you're sort of stepping into. You need a moment where something gives you the confidence to continue. You know, that it's not just a sort of empty page you're staring at. And that's what happened when I came here. It really had a very strong effect on me at that time. Look, they've all come to say hello to us. Hello. Hello. This is the Pentecostal City Mission Church. I used to cycle up here. I remember vividly stopping on a Sunday, just sort of listening, and this amazing sound used to come out of this place.
Exalt his name forever.
Exalt his name.
Exalt his name forever.
Touched me in my soul, I suspect.
Mr. Temple's on his way up the hill, with only this song to tell you how he feels. But to get there he will need a helping hand. He's where he is now, it wasn't what he planned. He's where he is now, it wasn't what he planned. Mr. Temple's on his way up the hill, with only this song to tell you how he feels. But to get there